Hey everyone, it's Carly Hall. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn how to customize these cold cups from Starbucks with some permanent vinyl. So I'm going to teach you how to resize your design, add text to it, and then also how to slice out a perfect circle so that you can design any shape or image that you'd like. So let's start in Design Space. I have created a custom file for you, so you can get this from my blog at carlyhall.com/Starbucks, and I will put the link in the description below. When you upload your image, it'll look like this, and we'll go ahead and insert that onto our canvas. It should come in at the perfect size, but I'll just put my dimensions here. It's 11.269 by 11.164. So if for whatever reason your image comes in smaller than that, just make sure to resize it because the size is very important. The pink image that you see on my canvas is this image here. This is just a little template that will show you how big the area is around your cup. So you can see that it fits your cup almost perfectly so that when you're designing your layout, you can really see the area that you want to cover. This image is helpful for laying out a pattern. For example, if you wanted to cover your cup in hearts or paw prints or flowers, you can really design your cup layout around this template. I'm not going to use it for this demo, but I just wanted to add it in case you wanted to create a full design around your cup. So I'll go ahead and delete that off of my canvas. We're left with these two images. The image on the left is the image that you typically see online that most people will customize with some type of text, which I will show you how to do first. So we're going to start by ungrouping our image and then zooming in so we can see a little bit better. We can hide this one for now since we won't be using it. We're going to start with that cute dog mama phrase, but of course you can put any image, design, phrase, whatever you'd like. So we're going to start by clicking on the text tool and then just typing out our phrase. I'm going to type it in all caps. I'll change this to white by selecting the color up here and just changing it to white so we can see it better. I found that the size for this that works best is when the height is 0.6 inches, and I have it locked so that when I type in 0.6, it'll scale proportionately. Then we can drag this over to our circle and you can see that it fits perfectly. We're going to curve this, and the curve function is only available on the desktop app right now. It's not available on the mobile app, so we'll just curve this to 2.4, and you'll see that that curve fits really well in that circle. But if you want to curve it more or less, you absolutely can. I'm going to duplicate this layer, so just make a copy of it, and then add your next word. Since the curve is going the wrong way, we're just going to stick a negative right in front of that, negative 2.4. Then we're going to align these with the align tools. So up here at the top, I have everything highlighted, and we'll just align that centered. You can fuss with the layout because you want to make sure that the spacing is equal. So once you're happy with all of the layout, you're going to select both of your words. So I'm just going to click on my mama, then I'm going to hold down the shift key and click on dog. So you can see both layers are highlighted. You can also click on the layer on your layers panel, hold down the shift key on your keyboard, and then select the next layer. Once both of those layers are selected and grayed out, you'll want to click weld. Cricut only allows you to slice 2 layers at a time, so we want to make sure that we just have 2 layers when we're slicing. So then we're going to highlight both. Again, the same thing where you can either select, hold down shift and select your other layer, or you can drag over everything, whatever's easiest for you. And then after you have both selected, we are going to click slice. When you slice it, it works like a cookie cutter. So the white was your cookie cutter, so we can delete that. And then the black is the cookie, we can delete that. And the rest is your excess dough, which is what we want for this part. I also added some cute little hearts to my image, so you can do the exact same process where you resize them, make them as big or as small as you want. Oops. Then make a copy. And then I'll just align those so that they're nice and straight. So I'm going to align them vertically. And then you'll want to make sure that they are aligned evenly. So I'm going to weld them together and then just align them to the center. Now I'm going to repeat the same process and slice those out. So I'm just going to click on my hearts and click on the black circles and slice. And then we can delete the cookie cutter, the cookie, and then we're left with our image. So now that image is ready to go, we can cut it with whatever vinyl you want and then apply it onto our cup. Once everything's designed, you'll cut it out of your favorite vinyl. I'm using StarCraft permanent adhesive in this fun glossy pink color, and then you can see just how cute my cup turned out. So it fits my logo like a glove, it is permanent, and I don't need to seal it. So you'll just let it cure for 48 hours, and then this is good to go. I do put mine in the dishwasher, so I put it on the top rack, and if you are extra cautious, you can also just hand wash it, but mine has survived the dishwasher on the top rack just fine, so long as you let it cure for those full 48 hours. All right, let's get started on our sunflower project. So once you're done with your dog mama image, you can save this so that you can recut it. And if you want to customize more images, you can go back to your upload and just bring in another ring or make a copy before you get started. So then that way you have an extra layer so that you can customize it however you'd like. So it would be a good idea just keep a layer on your canvas hidden so that if you want to make a different stain, you have it ready to go perfectly sized. So we'll go ahead and clear those since we're done with that. And now we're going to unhide this one little circle. It's more of an oval. So it's 2.183 by 2.011. We are going to use that to slice out our next image, the sunflower. So I'm going to come to the image tab on the left-hand side, and I've searched for sunflower. And then you can see that there's all these access images that are great for this type of project. So I'm going to choose this one here. Here is the M number, MB534769. Again, I will put all of this information in the video's description. So we're going to insert that onto our canvas. When we bring it in, we can resize it however we'd like, but the goal is that we want the Starbucks logo to be surrounded by these petals. So when we bring this in, we want it to kind of look like the sunflower is coming out of that logo. So I'm just going to make this, oops, we don't want to resize the circle, we want to resize the sunflower. So I'm going to make mine as big as I can without it going over the black circle. And you can unlock the proportions to make this look however you'd like. So it looks good to me there. So I'm just going to delete that brown circle in the middle. We don't need that layer. And then I'm left with the petals and the black layer. So now I'm going to center this just a little bit better. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slice them out. So I'll center this so we can see where it lands. Let me zoom in. We want the petals to be as close to that black edge as possible because we don't want to chop off too much of our petals. So I'm just going to pull this a little bit more. And I think I'm going to unlock it so that we can go this way a bit. And then it looks, now it really looks good to me. So then once your images are exactly how you'd like them, we're going to do that same slice technique where you can slice the different layers, and we're going to delete all the extras out. So we can delete the black and the petals and all of these extra layers. So now when we go to cut this, our logo will be surrounded perfectly. So let's click Make It and cut our design. If you're new to working with vinyl, you're going to load your vinyl onto your regular mat with the colored side facing you. In Design Space, you'll connect to your machine and choose the vinyl that you're working with. I'm using StarCraft vinyl, so the setting for that is just regular vinyl. Next, we'll load our machine and cut our vinyl. We'll unload our mat from our machine, and then we're going to flip over our mat and peel the vinyl off like this. You'll want to pay attention to which side is the top and the edges because the logo is that oval shape. So just make sure that you take a mental note of where your top and your bottom is. I'm going to trim mine down so that I can save my excess scraps. And then I'm going to take a weeding hook and just weed my vinyl. Make sure you don't lose any of your petals. I'm reusing the same piece of transfer tape that I used from my other cups. So I'm just gonna smooth that on there and burnish it on with a scraper. You'll wanna make sure that the surface of your cup is nice and clean. I don't use alcohol, I just wash it to make sure that there's no residue or anything on my cup. And then I have this little drawer organizer that I'm using as a stand so it doesn't roll away. Peel off your liner. So when you're peeling it off, a tip that I found helpful is to kind of roll your liner back so that you press on your vinyl to the transfer tape from the back. Again, paying attention to what side is your top. You're just going to line this up on your logo. And then once you're happy with the placement, you'll want to kind of roll it to make sure that it's lined up nice and smooth. And then I stick down the center first. So I just use my thumb and then I go down each side one at a time. And then you'll just burnish it on. You can use your scraper tool or your finger for this part. Just make sure it's nice and smooth on there. And then peel away your transfer tape. Like you saw, I reused this, so just save it on your liner. With your vinyl, it's going to look like it's not going to want to stick right away, but don't worry, it does take a little bit of time to cure, so don't get too hung up on it not sticking down permanently because it will become permanent. Take your finger and just smooth out any areas that didn't stick on as well as you'd like. Once you've applied your design, you'll want to let your image cure for at least 48 hours. So really curing is just leaving your cup be, don't expose it to any outdoor elements or water, and just let it set up so that the adhesive really is secured onto your cup. So at this point, if there's anything you want to adjust before you let it cure, I would recommend doing that now, but you can see just how perfectly that image hugs the logo. It looks so professional. If you want to seal this, you can. I haven't felt the need to, and I do put mine through the dishwasher. So I just put it on the top rack and my cups have survived really well. So just make sure to let them cure and then you're good to go. Here's a final look at our projects. I love how they turned out. The oval template works great if you want to slice out an oval for a pattern that covers your entire cup or a wreath of butterflies or flowers. So you can get really creative and slice out an oval really out of any design that you want. And then this one works great to add text, any font, any size, to really customize this to be however you want it. So you can get really personalized, and I love that about these two templates. So you'll have to let me know if you download them and try them out. As always, all of the links to every product is in the video description. So if you're looking for any of those products, check out that description. You'll also find a link to the blog post and my Facebook group. So if you have more Cricut questions, there's a Facebook group that I'd love to have you join. If you found this video helpful, I'd love if you like it, and if you'd consider subscribing to my channel. That's a free way for you to support me directly, and I so appreciate when you subscribe. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.